1C PC project, One Chip Personal Computer, Part 10, by Dr. and Engineer Economist Robert-Bela. 1C PC proposal, summary of Part 10. 1C PC, words for companies. 1C PC, some words for the hackers. 1C PC, conclusions and final thoughts. 1C PC, words for companies. To realize 1C PC concept, socket and chip, the help of the companies will be required. This is their interest too. On the box of the chip would be listed the first 10 organizations, the first 10 companies, and the first 10 persons, globally and state level, who give money or any other resources for realizing this chip. All of the organizations and people who give money or any other resources for realizing this chip will appear on the future 1C PC website. Of course, except anonymous donations. About the buyer loyalty or customer fidelity. It is your company's interest concern to give the best to your customer, so next time your product will be chosen again. In case of 1C PC, the customer will choose those products that knows well. If the 1C PC hardware is not enough powerful, the customer will buy products of those companies who helped 1C PC with architecture, know-how, etc. because the customer is used with them and will be satisfied by the normal products. 1C PC should be designed mostly for children, so they will be able to understand how a computer works and how can they make electronic circuits and write programs. Later, these children will be the new generation of engineers or programmers. If they know already and understand how these chips are working, for the big companies it will be a good thing. They don't have to lose precious time to train the new generation of engineers. The engineers or programmers will know most of it already because they will grow up with these chips. Dear companies, for you time is money. You lose much more money, it means time, with the trainings as giving some old or obsolete resources for this project. The chip designer or chip maker companies will be able to raise their new employee without much efforts, just giving an old architecture to learn on. This is good for the helping companies, because their products will be used by these people who learned once on 1C PC chips, electronics, and or to program. 1C PC would be limited, but it would be a very good demo for the existing cutting-edge technologies and architectures created by the engineering groups or engineering units. 1C PC can be also a test ground for new technologies which are in research now. 1C PC needs the right to use these technologies for 1 year without making public any technical detail. In this way, 1C PC would be the presentation card for any research group's results in this domain. It would show that that technology or architecture works well and has good results. For example, low power consumption or high computational capacity, etc. 1C PC is not a threat for anyone. It is instead a strategic opportunity for all countries by teaching the children to read, write, do basic mathematics, and teaching the children how simple and complex electronic devices work and how can they use or program them. And companies, public relation purposes, demo purposes, cost reduction purposes. Please don't forget that people are usually loyal to good products. After a time, the users will observe that their needs are not satisfied by the standard 1C PC products, so they will buy new components. Guess from which company? From those companies whose products they already know, those companies who helped 1C PC once with resources. From those companies who gave a processor, a RAM structure, a flash, a DSP, an FPGA, a neural system, etc. RISC, ARM, and CISC, Intel or AMD processor architectures concepts, and the afferent companies are enemy companies for each other because they share the same generic market of processors. What could be if they could unite their older or even their new technological achievements or architectures? A much greater and better product line could come out, and the benefits would be to all the people. The companies would get a lot of buyers, and the buyers would get good, reliable, safe, long-lasting, and upgradable products. After learning how to program one CPC chip or make electronic circuits, the future end user will buy from the already known better hardware options, which have more resources. So the end user will be able to program efficiently an Intel or AMD or ARM or Xilinx or etc. chip or system as well. It is better and cheaper for everyone interested in this project to give a little amount of resources, not only money, but know-how, technology, older machines, and any usable information, than every company to invest much more money in their own research separately. In this way, time, money, and other resources will be not wasted separately, and less money and less time will be needed for developing new products. One CPC will not make problems to motherboard manufacturers, because where brute computational power is needed, there the already existing and or the future design motherboards will be used as it was until now. For them, nothing will change. One CPC. Some words for the hackers. Last but not least, may I have some words to the hackers around the globe, indifferent of government or country or state or nation where they belong to. This one CPC project is a backup project. Some of you may not be interested in this project, but your family members or even you could need this hardware or system in the future. I mean medical implants. Nobody can know when some implants can be needed, and without an existing hardware, this would be hard. Think about your and your family's future. Also, this system is designed to stop any intrusion in it, stop hacking, modifying the files in it. But this is good for you too. No one will be able to hack this chip, so the chip will be implantable and most of all, safe for implant. This system is conceived to stop any kind of intrusion in the ROM memory and L4 RAM. No keyboard reading program or no other stuff could be activated or planted on or in this chip. But this is good even for you, dear hacker. Nobody else could get into your work and spy on you. The L4 will be cleared at every reset or restart, so any residual program will be deleted. Entering into the ROM will be stopped by specialized physical hardware with unique key code for each chip. Not software, physical specialized hardware. The most of the one CPC users will be poor people. Nothing interesting for you, dear hacker, to obtain from them, indifferent of the nation, army, religion, or region. And these people have also just enough problems without bullying them or spying on them. I am strongly against it. But if you want to obtain information about somebody, go and hack the server. That will be a really good way to exercise and to show your skills, not just hacking into a simple computer of a civilian. I think this is under your dignity too. You are more than that and can do more than that, preferably good things. If you have real skills in hacking and real balls for it, please show it on a really secured system, not on an end-user, almost defenseless computer. One CPC conclusions. One CPC is not a new thing. The pin sizes are existing standards. The components of the chip are all old products, parts, or simplified parts of new existing ones. This is just a concept of a new common socket and the cheapest computer equivalent ever realized by humanity, with foreseen high benefits for everyone. Its price and complexity would be relatively high at the beginning, development cost, but produced in mass production, the price should and will fall in time. No human left behind. As conclusions and final thoughts, you, dear end user, are in charge of your acts and your computer. Just one last idea found in human rights: to be informed. This chip is for informing people too about what is in the world. Article 19, freedom of opinion and information. Please watch the source. 1CPC ending. Thank you very much for watching, and I wait for your opinions and any ideas. In the description you will find the email address where to send your questions or observations. Thank you very much.